In this video, I'm going to be talking about the different types of messages and how to compose a message inside Aweber. Aweber is a autoresponder, so you can send emails and follow-up emails. So I'm going to go into that in more details now. If you haven't got the autoresponder yet, I'll leave a link in the description for a 30-day free trial. So you have two types of messages, and they are broadcasts and follow-up series. So we'll go in and have a look now at how that's going to look. So once you've created your account, when you sign into your account, you'll see a menu like this, and then you'll see current lists, and then you've got a drop down here. So if you have multiple lists, you need to select the list you want to work with first before you do the next stages. If you sorry, I'm not going to be covering how to create a list in this video because I've already got a video which will teach you that, so I'll leave that link in the description as well. So now we're on this screen. The only thing we're going to be looking at this stage is the Messages tab. So under Messages, we've got Drafts, Broadcasts, Split Test, Campaigns, Legacy Follow-up Series, and Blog Broadcasts. So we're only going to be looking at Drafts, Broadcasts, and Legacy Follow-up Series. So the first one we're going to look at is Broadcasts. So what a broadcast is basically an email blast. So you're sending the email out, and it's only going to go out once. It's not going to send every other day. It's just going out once, and this is the only time that it's going to send. So it's called a broadcast, and that's the first one we're going to look at. So for Messages, Broadcasts, you'll then see a screen like this. If you have any previous broadcasts sent, you'll see the subject lines and how many times it's been opened and clicks, how many bounce. So you can see the stats of your emails on this page as well. If you have anything scheduled, then they'll show in the Schedule tab. If you have any split tests set up, they'll be in here. I won't be covering that in this video, but I will do a future video on that if anybody is interested. Okay, so now we're in broadcast messages. We want to create a new email. So we go over to create a message, and if we click the down arrow, we get a few options here. My advice would be to always use the drag and drop email builder. This is the easiest way to build an email, and I'll show you why in a minute. So we just click drag and drop email builder. Okay, so insert your subject here. So that's the subject line of the email that is going to come through. So I'll make one up. Let's say make money online, or make, that's just $1,000 today. Obviously, you wouldn't send that because it would get marked as spam, I'd imagine. Be more creative than that. It's just for the sake of this video. So that's our subject line. So that's what's going to come through here. And then when you hover over this text here, you'll see a outline. That's your row. So when you add a new element in from over here, you'll have another row added under it. But I will show you that in a minute. It's just so if you hover over and you're not sure what it all means, it's just a box which is containing your text inside it. So if we go into this text here and we click, we can see all these options here. So you've got the font type, the size, bold, italic, underscore, strike through, if you want to change the text color, background color, links and unlink, and lists here, and align left, center, align right, and justify. I don't use any of these other ones, so if you want to explore them, that's perfectly fine. So the first thing we'll do is we'll change the font. So if we don't like this font, we can highlight everything and then choose. So we'll say Times, and we want it to be, say, 16 pixels. So you don't have to select everything. If you just wanted, say, a word to be bigger, you can highlight that and then say 22, and that word's bigger now. So the next one we'll go across is bold. So this one's quite good for drawing someone's attention to a certain word or a message that you're trying to get across to them that you want them to pay attention to. So to do that, it's as simple as highlighting the word or words that you want to use and then press B. And then if we click off it, you'll see it's in bold. If you want to take the bold off, highlight the same text and you'll see it's got a grey background to it. If you click it, the bold's now gone, and that's as simple as that is. And that's the same for italic and underscore. So if we wanted to underscore this, those three words, we've now got underscore, and then if we want to take it off, we do the same thing. Same goes for italic text. See, it's italic, and then we want to take it off. So we take it off. So they are how to change the appearance of the font and the font size and the font type. The next thing we'll want to look at is how to add links and how to take links away. So let's use questions again, and we're going to link this now. So we highlight questions, and then you'll see this chain link here. So if you click that, you'll see the display text is what's going to show in the text. So we highlighted questions, so that's what we want it to say in the display text. And then down here is where you're going to send them to. So if you were sending them to, say, Google, it could be HTTPS and then www.google.com. Once you've added it in here, you'll get a green tick. Sometimes if you add affiliate links in here, it says that it's not a valid link, even though it is. But the way to check it is just to open a tab in your browser and make sure that the link works. If the link works in your browser, then it will be perfectly fine. So once you've added your link, click OK. So you can now see that questions is in blue. That means that it's got a link. So let's say we wanted to take that link off or change it. So let's say we want to change where it's going to now. So we're going to double click questions and this pops up again. So we want to change this to go to .co.uk because we made a mistake in the link. So we update the link, click OK. This link now goes to google.co.uk. So the next thing, let's imagine we want to take this link away. So we highlight the text and we click the chain with the X on it, and that's unlink. You click it once and the link's gone. That's as simple as that is there. Quite often you'll want to create lists. So I'll show you how to do that now. Here you've got a numbered list or a bullet list here. So if we click, if we come down the page a few tabs so that we've got some space, so we're here now, and then we press this button for the numbered list, it puts a number 1 there. So we can put first item, and then if you click enter, it will go down to number 2, second item. So once you finish your list, if you press enter twice, then it will skip number 3 and allow you to start typing again here. So just so we can go over that again, if we were after the second item, if we wanted to add a third one in, we would press enter once and then put third item. But then if we're now finished, we press enter twice and then it allows us to start typing again. So that's a numbered list. So the same works for a bullet list, which is this button here. And then it works the same. So we'll just put first item, press enter, second, third item, and then again enter twice, and it will allow us to start typing here. So that's all. That's all like the basic how to style your text, how to change the size, how to bold, italic, underscore, how to add a link, how to unlink a link, numbered list and a bullet list. And then here you've got align text left, center, and right. So if we wanted to align this text to the right, you see everything's shifted over to the right hand side. In the middle, you can see everything's gone to the middle. And if you want everything to the left, be the left. Most of the time you'll only use the left one, but just so you know that you can change where the position of the text is. So once you've typed all of your text out, you may want to add additional elements in here, like they've got follow me, signatures, dividers, sharing images. So if we do a image, so all you do is you go over to it and you drag it over to the page, and you'll see a blue bar. If you look under where it says typing, there's a blue bar. That indicates when you let go of the mouse button, that's where this element is going to drop. So we let go of it, and then we've now got this click to edit. So we can either, if you look over to the right, upload our own image or use their image. So if we go to image gallery, we'll just choose this laptop. So now we've done that, we can say where the image link goes to. So if we wanted this image link, again, we'll use Google. We'll say we want that to go to google.co.uk/images. And the alt text will say it's a laptop. So all the alt text is if someone can't see the image, it will give them that they'll be able to read on the screen what the image will be. So it will just say missing image laptop. So again, here, like the text, you can align it left, center, or right. And you can change the image size here based on thumbnail, optimize, or the original. Or if you want to specify the size yourself, you can here. Always maintain aspect ratio. That will mean it will always look good regardless of what width you change it to, because the height will match so the width will match the height, so it's a perfect square. So once we're happy with that, we probably would want to write something else after this image now, so we need to add another paragraph in. So again, we hold paragraph, see the blue line, and we drop it, and then in here we can start typing here. I'm just going to make the font bigger so you can see it. Cool. So we've now got our original text, which we changed the font and the size, added lists. We then added an image element and then a paragraph element. So over on the left hand side, you'll see there's loads. There's Facebook ones, there's products, coupon codes, buttons. So if you wanted a nice button after here, then button. So all you do to change something on an element is to left click it once, and then it will give you the options for it on your right hand side. So we want to change the button, so we're going to click the button once, and then we can change all the attributes of the button here. So we want to change button text to say get started today. So we've got a nice button there, and again we want it to go to google.com. We'll go to .co.uk, and then again you can change the font size in the button, you can change the text, and you can change the text color. So at the moment you can see the text color is white, but let's change it to this dark red. So you've got the text color of white, and then I've changed the background color of the button to red. And again, you can align the buttons left, center, or right. So all you do, if you want to add anything else, you just follow the same process of what you've added here, and then you just keep dragging the elements under each other until you're happy. Make sure you keep pressing this save button as you're going through in case you lose internet or power cut. The worst thing you can do is be writing a really good email, everything's sounding great, and then you lose everything. So make sure you click save, and then it will indicate that it's been saved. Now what we want to do, before you send anything, always make sure you do a test email. That way you can make sure all the links you've put in are right, and that you're not going to be wasting your time. Because if you send an email out that has got wrong links in it, then people aren't going to be finding your offers. They're not going to be opting into another product you might be trying to get them into. So always test your emails. So we're going to say now that we're happy with this email, we're going to go over to the right hand side and click preview and test. So over here we have a few options. So with the autoresponder, you'll notice here it says first name underscore fix. So if you have the first person's name, you can personalize your message by putting certain placeholders in. That's a placeholder for the person's first name. So if you have the person's first name, you can use it. If you don't, you don't have to. You can get rid of it there. So what you can also do as well is, if I click in the subject line here, if we had the person's name, we can click personalize, subscribers info, and we want to get their first name. So it's going to say something like that. So that's the replacement bracket that the autoresponder uses to put the person's first name there. This will all make sense in a minute. I just wanted you to understand, if you see these, what they mean. It's just that is going to be replaced with the person's first name. So over on the right hand side, you put the email address you want the test email to be sent to, and where it says personalization, this is when you can add the person's name in. So I'm going to put Ian. So then what this will do is this will replace that first name fix with Ian and that first name fix with Ian, because that's what we're saying, to replace the person's first name. But this is all just so you can test that these replacements are working. Obviously, when you send a message out to your whole list, you don't enter the name. It will take it from your list, so you don't have to worry about that. This is just for the testing side of things. So we go down here, we click send test message, and then we get your message. Your test message is on its way. So we now go to our email, and then you can see here it says Ian, make $1,000. So that has replaced. You can see where it's replaced first name fixed with my first name, and if your other people on your list were called James, George, Daniel, then it would say their name there, each person on the list. And then if you click into it, you can see here we've got hi Ian, and it's replaced the first name fix. So if we go back to here, it's replaced this with Ian and that with Ian. And then thank you for being, so you can see that's our large text, that's our list. So images aren't automatically downloaded. So as you can see here, where I named it, where I gave the alt tag of laptop, that then tells the person that this is a laptop. So if you named it something else like income proof, then they would probably click the show blocked content to get the picture. That's why it's really important that you put a good alt text, so that the person can see before they download the picture what the picture is. So we linked that to google.co.uk/images. So if we open a new tab, that takes us to where I put the link in, although I think I spelled something wrong. No, I didn't. I did go to the right place. And then on the Get Started button, that was going to Google, so that link's right. And did we put any more links in? No. So you would just go through this email, make sure all the spellings are right, make sure that the links work. Then, if you're happy with all of this, go back to your email and click Save and Exit. So once you save and exit, you'll then see your email in this list of drafts. So drafts you can always get to by messages drafts. And when you click on the emails, it will show you them over on the right hand side. So you select the one you want to use. So we're going to say this one here. And then we click on Send Options. So we've got Schedule a Broadcast or Add to Follow-up Series. Because we want to send a broadcast, we're going to click Schedule a Broadcast. So in this list here, we can, if you've got more than one list that you want to send it to, you can click Edit and choose whichever list you want to send it to. You can schedule it. So if we knew, for example, that we want to send it tomorrow at 1 p.m, we could click 1 p.m, and then you click Apply, and then it will then schedule that, and then you just click Save here. But because I haven't scheduled it, it will send it out as soon as I click that button. Obviously, I'm not going to click that button because this is a test one. But when you click this Send Message Now, a button will come up on your a pop-up will come up on your screen, warning you that once you click OK, you can't take that email back. So that's why you send a test email to make sure all your links are right. Because once you press Send Now, you cannot take it back. So you have to make sure that it's right before. So that's why I said always test. So yep, so you click Send Now and then click OK to the warning, and then your email will send. So that's your broadcast emails done. So the next one is your legacy follow-up series, which if you go to Messages and then go to Legacy Follow-up Series. So what a follow-up series is basically a set of emails which are scheduled to go out at a certain period of time. So for example, if you look at the first four of mine here, you see the first one is send immediately, and then the second one send shortly after the previous message, and then the third one is send 1 day after, then the fourth one is send 1 day after, and it follows like that all the way down. So once someone opts into my list, they get my welcome email, and then each day after they get another email and another email and another email. That's why it's called a follow-up series, because you're following that person up over a period of time. So to create a follow-up email, you do exactly as we did before. So we go to create messages, drag and drop email builder. We create our email as we just did. We test it to make sure all of our links are okay, and then we click the Save and Exit button, which will bring us back to our drafts page. Then, like before, so now we're in our drafts page, so Messages, Drafts. We then click on the email we want to use, and we click Send Options, and we click Add to Follow-up Series. So here, so follow-up 32. So I've got 31 currently, so the next one would be 32. So it's saying send email 32 1 day after the previous one. So we could say 2 days, 3 days, 4. It doesn't matter how many you do. So if you said 1 day, 2 days, that's fine. And you can edit the options of the send any day, any time. I haven't use this option because I don't really feel the need to, but if you want to look into that, that's fine. So normally you would just leave it for 1 day, so that you send your list an email every day. Once you're happy with that, you click add to follow-up series, and that will add to the bottom of your follow-up series. I'm obviously not going to click that because that will add it to my follow-up series. But once you do, you'll get a message saying that it's been successfully added, and you'll be redirected back to this follow-up series page, which you'll then be able to check that the email is there by scrolling to the bottom of the page. So that is the basics of how to add images and the different types of messages there are. If you have any more questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you want a 30-day free trial, the link will be in the description. So I'll see you in the next video. And if you can like and subscribe to the channel, that would be very much appreciated.